Hey, and welcome. Oh my gosh, we started early? What is up with this? I know normally we start a bit later than this. Hopefully, some people are able to take part in this sneak peek. Like, here's the deal. Jen was unable to join us last week, and so we skipped past what happened with Seraph, her character, and we're going to explore that now before we bring on the rest of the player characters to join us. And Alex is here as like a secret observer because he's got time. I don't know, but hey, more the merrier. This is Intercontinental Group of Awesome and I-95 Games. We are playing the tabletop role-playing game known as Masks, a new generation. And it's one of my personal faves. We're setting it in Halcyon City and using the Halcyon City Herald collection as one of our source books and touchstones. However, I must honestly tell you that for cool characters and art and all of that fun stuff, I'm also using a lot of Mutants and Masterminds pictures for characters as inspiration. Because if I use DC or Marvel, we're all going to think of those characters and their histories and all that good stuff. So, along with that, we also have the lovely and like amazing art of Alex Prinz for our principal characters. Yes, thank you, Jen, for helping me out with the hand
double
gesture. Yes, yes, so good. Wow, it's like the chef's kiss there for that awesome art. But I don't want to overwork his talent for our little play pretend game. So I also steal pictures from WatchGuard and Mutants and Masterminds high school handbook stuff. So those are all really great resources for people who like cool pictures of people in spandex. With all of that, let us remind ourselves. Jen,
Hello.
how are you? And remind us, who are you playing?
I'm good. I've actually had a bit more morning this morning, even though we're starting early because daylight savings. So
yeah, I woke up at 6 and then I was like, no, I can sleep in because it's not really 6. It's great. Pretty great.
It's nice. It's nice. But yeah, I'm doing well, and I am playing Seraph, whose mundane alter ego is Ashley Banner. Seraph has the full deal. She has wings. She flies. She's got the whole Spider-Man business of improved agility and durability and strength, and also a dual life.
Dual life. Yeah. And so what's her day-to-day, her mundane existence about?
In her mundane existence, she's Ashley Banner, and she goes to Hope High School because it's a high school that caters to the powered and the unpowered, trying to help both learn to coexist with each other. And she's in a cool band, Teenage Gerbil Uprising, and they've got a gig soon, actually.
They do.
Going to be interesting. Mostly she's trying to do fairly well in school and do good in band and keep her cool girlfriend happy and her cool mom happy. And then there's the flip side to her life, where she is Seraph and doing super heroics and basically trying to do her part with these rad powers that she has because her dad is an angel.
Wow. Dad's an angel. This means we've got him potentially around at some points, but he's normally pretty reserved. Like he's got a whole choir of stuff going on, right?
Yeah, he's in a leadership position, so he doesn't have a whole lot of free time. But I mean, I think Ash probably gets to see him like once, maybe twice a year.
Easter and Christmas. Is that, you know?
No, I actually think that it would be something like, say, what do we call the longest day of the year? Is that the vernal equinox?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's one of the equinoxes.
Longest day of the year. Help!
Yeah, Google that. Google it.
Summer solstice. That's right. The equinox is when the day and night are the same length.
There you go. Thank
That
you
was
for educating me because I totally had that wrong. I was with you on the equinox, but equa Latin equal. Now, I
equal.
can remember that now.
Yep.
Nox, I think, is night, so equal night with day. There we go.
And
Solstice.
solstice. Yep.
Yep.
The midnight sun. Yeah.
There we go. I know that McGay Baker would be very upset at my ignorance, but thank you for educating me. Let's bring you up to speed. So, in the last session where Jen, you were playing, Seraph was participating in. Well, Ashley was playing with the now named Teenage Gerbil Uprising. If you want to see their logo and download it for your phone, I have 95 games free of charge. Just download that and have fun. I've got it as my lock screen. I love it. And it's gorgeous.
It's awesome.
The ghost of Paul says. And all of a sudden there was this crazy car chase that was going on as a girl was being pursued by a well-known hero known as Coppertop, who has powers of electricity and flight and has this coppery skin. And the car crashed near where you guys were practicing, and Ashley had to kind of sneak off, and her girlfriend Lisbeth helped her out so that she could sneak off and then come back as Seraph. And in the middle of the fight, Seraph came in, and this girl with pink hair, who you know from the Halcyon City television report that you were forced to watch as Ashley Banner, was a heroine or heroine. I hate that the drug and the but anyway, she was a hero along with her partner Xander until Xander was arrested by the super team known as the Transcendent Crusaders. He was arrested for using his data manipulation powers to steal money from several financial institutions. And because Xander has powers and also was a hero, they threw the book at him. And he is now currently serving a life sentence in the Spike, which is the Halcyon City supernatural maximum security supermax prison that is located right on the river. And we're using Freedom City as our kind of inspiration, and I go in and edit stuff when we add things that are Halcyon City related, because there is no literal Halcyon City map, and I like maps. So that's where Xander is, but Sophia, who has blinking powers, not sure if she can teleport long distances or not, but she was running away from Coppertop, who was literally trying to kill her. Seraph, you stood in his way and stood up for her, tried to help her out, and seemed to have stopped Coppertop at one point. But then he took a dastardly act, and Sophia was falling off of a building, and you swooped down with your awesome flight and caught her at the moment that she teleported away. And so she took you with her. And that was the last. Oh, sorry. Is there an edit? Do I misremember? It's been a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks. It's been a while, in fact. I remember it as Coppertop zapped her, and she was KO'd, was going to zap her again. Seraph stopped him, and then, like, picked her up and was going to be like, don't worry, I've got this. I can take her to the Spike. And Coppertop was like, no, I think I'll just zap you both.
Right.
And as Seraph was stunned and unable to fly, Sophia teleported them away.
That's even more dastardly. Thank you for that correction. Yes, you're right. So he basically shot you in the back. And somehow Sophia's powers, she was awake enough to teleport the two of you away. And that's the last that we had seen of Sophia. Now, of course, we advanced the timeline a bit for all the other characters in our last session, but we are going like earlier. Like that's the thing in the top panels. We did our little recap there, you know, as a word balloons as we show Seraph in some cool action type pose. And then we turn the page and there's the brief pop of Sophia and Seraph, and you guys are above some dark and murky body of water. And there's this kind of rounded cobblestone ceiling, very, very dim here. And you fall down into the ground. Now, Seraph, are you able to recover enough to kind of flutter your wings and keep from falling into the water? Because Sophia definitely hits the water.
Yeah, I hit the water. I got zapped.
Cool. All right, so bam, both of you guys sploosh into the water. There's a brief moment of struggle as you worry, oh gosh, am I going to drown? But no, it's one of those like, oh,
This
is only a few feet deep.
So, yeah, I stand up and reflexively flick a bunch of water off of my wings and help Safia up.
She stands up and immediately kind of brushes her hair out of her eyes, and she looks around and it's like, sorry. And that's when we pull back into one of those like bottom panel things in the page, and you can see that you are in the Halcyon City sewers.
That's okay. Water's better to hit than pavement.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm like rolling my shoulders and stretching out. I'm good.
Good. Wow. If you need to take off, that's cool. I appreciate the save. I owe you one. It's I'm Sophia. She offers up her hand. You can see that there's like this. Her hair has kind of been singed off from the points where she got electrocuted. She's in pain, but trying to play it off.
Mm-hmm. I'll give her a hand to shake and ignore any obvious signs of pain, just out of politeness. And you can call me Seraph.
Seraph. Nice wings.
Thanks. Made them myself. Ah, sorry. Sometimes I say dumb things when it's tense. What was that?
She walks over and kind of leans against the cobblestone wall a little bit. You see the tiredness in her shoulders.
Yeah, I'm going to try to move to where I'm not standing in water.
Glances up. So I've kind of got it out for Coppertop, and I took a giant dump in his life. So he's... you sure you want to know all this, Seraph?
Yeah, I mean, I got zapped for it. I might as well know.
Fair.
And I'm going to run into this guy again. I might as well know if I can trust him.
You can't.
Well, I can't, but yeah.
His name's Jim Parks. That's his secret identity name. He's the reason that Xander's imprisoned. And Xander is my partner before.
Right.
Oh, you... Oh, I didn't know. Anyway, Coppertop is the reason that Xander was arrested, but he's also the reason that Xander did what he did. He was trying to prove that the Transcendent Crusaders they're on the take. So they trumped up these charges. Sure, he did it. But he had a good reason.
What do you mean on the take?
The Transcendent Crusaders aren't heroes. They just make it look like they are. Xander couldn't get me the details. I trust him. I trust him with my whole heart. And I'm just so pissed at them. So I found out who Jim really is, and I kind of sort of slept with his girlfriend and then told her who he is, and he found out. And so he guess he would decide he wanted to kill me. I don't know. It was a prank, but okay, it was terrible, but it was also hilarious. And she's way cuter than he deserves. So
I tend to think that that stuff is up to her, but whatever. It's not the sort of thing that deserves that response.
fair. Okay, I'm being a little judgy. I own that. But he's a dirtball. And she's a pretty sweet kid. Anyway, she knows the truth now. And it's up to her what she does with it. But
Daddy was keeping it from her. That's so gross.
she peers at you for a moment.
And I like draw back.
Do you have a secret identity, Seraph?
Do you see me around all the time or only sometimes?
I gotta be honest, I'm not up on all the heroes. I didn't know you were a thing. I'm sorry.
That's cool. I've been a thing for like 3 months. It's cool.
I'm sorry you're on their list now.
I was always going to get on somebody's list. Let's try to find a way to get out of here.
Okay. She groans and kind of stands up, and the two of you will start walking down the sewers to find your way out.
Yep.
Are you good with that scene?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So then we will bring everybody in. Let's meet the cast of characters who are here today. I'm going to quickly take a bite of some Italian bread. As I quickly asked Jan, hey, how are you? Oh, you just took a drink of beer. I'm so sorry. I'm a waiter in a former life. I have that perfect timing of asking the question as the person's. I used to get angry because the waiter would always ask me questions as I was taking a bite until I realized I eat all the time while I'm at a restaurant. That's why I'm there. Yes. So there's like no perfect time for the waiter to come talk to me. Once I realized that, I got over it. Jan, how are you? And remind us, who are you playing?
I'm fine, thank you very much. I am playing Marcus Meyer, if I remember correctly. I haven't opened my character sheet yet. AKA Atlas. He just used to be a regular kid, but he was a bit sick, and got some experiments done on him. And now he's not sick anymore. But he's now 7'5" and all muscle.
He is indeed all muscle, and for some reason he recently could summon a giant, awesome-looking claymore.
Yes, there's that too.
There is that. That's cool.
But that's not part of being the bull.
It is not. It is potentially a problem, especially since that thing now has influence over you.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you very much, Jan. Paul, how are you, sir? And remind us who you are playing.
I am well. And because you and I and Jen are in the United States of America, I got to summon back the hour of sleep that I lost last spring. So I'm actually feeling my oats a little bit today, nice. Having gotten a night's sleep. And I'm playing Anil Hara, a.k.a. Viridian, who is a legacy of Halcyon City. His father is known as Magister Justinian, who is sort of the supreme sorcerer, shall we say, of Halcyon City, and the premier arcane occult hero, and the leader of a loose affiliation of occult heroes named the Arcanists. And there's some money. He's got money. And a van that's big enough to haul both Atlas and band equipment. And that's it. He's going to be cockier this week because he wasn't cocky enough last week.
Yay! I'm looking forward to the 2.0 Viridian. That'll be fun. Cool. Thank you, Paul. Alex.
Also,
yes,
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Also, I have an advance to take, but I'm going to let that be a reveal. And Rich, I will quickly send you a direct chat.
Secrets at the table. I normally hate these things, but since this is coming any minute now, I'm excited for it.
Nice.
Thanks, Paul. Alex, how are you, my friend? And who are you playing?
I am good. I am Unisha Upal, aka Armature, the brain, and I have a child. It seems, or at least a hive mind supervillain that I accidentally created, who thinks I'm its mother. All is well.
Of course.
Everything is fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is no drama.
I'll show you, Mama. I'll show you. Sweet. All right, cool. So because we were able to kind of do that little pocket bit of time, there is one, oh shoot. Like we'll have to do an editor's note here as we bring the four of you together, because there was a particular sister occultist who was searching for Seraph.
Yeah, I mean, we got that scene done, but why was I missing for a day?
Why were you missing for a day? I wanted to talk to you about that. I think that it could be interesting if Sister Occultist was searching for Seraph and you became Ashley and had basically met back up with Lisbeth and did your own kind of side thing. And is that cool?
Sure.
Just like nice and easy and mundane.
Neil's been calling on both phone numbers.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you would have been ignoring him.
She did drop into a sewer. That's not good on phones. Just saying.
That is pretty logical. Are we okay with that?
Here's what actually happened, because I have a headcanon for it.
Yes. That's what I was just trying to cue up you to give me the headcanon.
So my headcanon for this is that she tried to break out her phone while she was still in the sewer with Safia to let people know that she was okay. And a rat startled her or something and she dropped it.
So you've literally been missing for a day for the very most mundane of possible reasons.
Yep.
Except that it happened in a sewer.
Except that it happened in a sewer that I was teleported into. Yeah.
That is wonderful. And as a person who had to miss a game session because someone cut the line, and I lost internet for 3 days, it happens. Sweet. Yep. So we jump forward to the single panel spread of the four of you. Clever people who go back in issue 2 saw the Seraph as Ashley was in the shot, but she's in her secret identity and she doesn't want to reveal herself. Now we see that you're there. Of course, you're a little before you were just that. I think that's Ashley's jacket, right? And now we know for sure that Ashley is in the shot as. We'll go. I want to show the picture mostly because this picture tickles me to no end. As you guys are dealing with. Oh, Rich is on the wrong layer. There we go. And I will screen share what you guys are able to see as the hero, the leader of the Transcendent Crusaders, known as Zion, had shown up at Halcyon City High, just floated down like an Adonis ascending from heaven. Zion is known as flight, 9 vulnerability. He has a very like a personal force field around him that he has used to extend. Like he saved an astronaut once because he was able to extend the force field around them when they were out in space, exposed to space itself. That's one of his like claims to fame, and among other things, like his book deal and his action figure and his cartoon series that's beloved. It's on a prestige network kind of deal, so it's a little harsher, higher value in the animation. Zion comes down before the 3 of you, but Ashley, you're there as well. And in case we're curious, just a reminder, why is Marcus here? He is the person who spots the super teens at Halcyon City High, or I'm sorry, Halcyon, when I say House, when I say Hope Prep. He spots the teens at Hope Prep who have super strength, and so he's here to do a little bit of that work. And that's when Zion comes down, descends upon you guys. There are people like taking pictures with their phones and freaking out because Zion is like, he's huge. He's like, well, now I'm trying to think of someone else other than that celebrity. He's a celebrity. He's a super celebrity. And he says, we need to talk. And then he lands on the ground. And he looks to the 3 of you. Because he doesn't look at you, Ashley. You're Ashley Banner. So why would he? What do you do?
Well, I was about to walk over and say hi to Ashley in a sort of like with a question mark at the end kind of way. But the totally not pretentiously named Zion interrupted that train of thought. And I look at him and I make the gesture that, because I don't really much bother with a secret identity. I'm just sort of civvies or game face, So I make the gesture that puts me in costume, as it were. And I say,
That's so convenient.
yes. And I'll meet his eye. What do you have to say, Zion?
I was hoping to speak to all 3 of you about the incident from yesterday and some other matters.
Well, you do
Okay.
have some explanations for your teammates' actions.
I'd rather start off by listening.
I think that you might want to explain why Coppertop was acting like a bully and a thug instead of like a hero, and then we can move on from there. So I'm happy to listen.
I would like to interrupt and say bully and thug does seem rather tame for his behavior. Just saying.
I understand that you're upset, children, and I very much want to talk to you about what happened. But I don't think this is the best venue. I've taken the liberty of speaking with your principal, and he's more than happy to allow you to take some time off this morning so that you can come to the Crusader Tower and we can talk about what happened.
I look to others, see if there's any consensus.
I would
I have to work now.
I would prefer not to be on your home territory, given what I've seen over the last 2 days.
Viridian. why don't you reach out to your father? He and I were friends. Surprised he hasn't mentioned that. He'd be more than happy.
I think I'm going for a provoke with the thing that I say next. I'm just going to announce that out loud. I say, yes, Zion, my father has mentioned you. He said that you think you're friends.
And what are you like? This is totally a Monster Heart shutdown, but with a provoke, what are you trying to accomplish here? What do you want him to do?
I have to look at the move again.
Oh, that's cool.
I just remembered the name of it. Here it is.
When you provoke someone susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do and roll plus superior. And I will say that because he is coming to you guys and hoping to listen, he's susceptible to your words. He is trying to listen.
I think what I'm looking for is neutral ground. I don't want to. I'm trying to get him off balance enough to agree to neutral ground, because one way or another we're going to have this conversation.
Yep, that sounds great.
I'm not fighting having the conversation. I just don't really want to do it where they have defenses in place. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's probably a good call. So go ahead and with provoke, you roll plus superior.
All right. Character sheet. I am still apparently angry, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't affect provoke. So
it doesn't, no, but that's still good to know.
And my superior is currently -2.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
This should be fun.
This is going to go well.
And back to the main.
Yeah. So, got a 5.
Mm.
Which means nobody can. Oh, wait. Oh, no, you only have the team pool. Well, are you. Okay. Sorry. Starting all over the place. The last time you guys had a fight, it was a team pool of 1, but we're in a brand new session, and this could be a brand new thing. So, if you guys want, we can call this a fight, and you can spin team pool, or you can let that 5, which Viridian just rolled, be a miss, and I have a reaction.
The only reason I'm uncertain about letting it stand, and I'm happy to let it stand, the only reason I'm uncertain about that is that I don't want for us to be, oh God, Jen has my favorite coffee mug again. I don't want this to split us up. So
I have an idea for that.
Okay, cool. Then I would prefer to let it stand as a fail.
And can't we only get a +1 anyway? We'd only go bump it to 6.
Well, no, what I was going to say is that while last session it was a team pool of 1, I was saying it's a new session, a new fight with a foe. You guys would go through the normal entering battle against a dangerous foe as a team and adding 2 to the team pool and going through the leader questions and stuff like that. That's what I was trying to say.
It's not much of a fight anyway.
No, yeah. He would mop the floor with you suckers. I mean, I'm thinking you're right. It wouldn't be much of a fight.
So, yeah, let's just let it stand.
Sweet. Zion, he reaches into his cape. Evidently, there's some kind of little pocket in there, and he pulls out a little, like, Bluetoothy headset. He taps on it and says, yes. Yeah, I'm talking to your son right now, Viridian. Yeah, sure. And he takes it off of his ear and he hands it to you. Says, your father thinks that we should talk at Crusader Tower. I happen to have a feeling that you might be a little reluctant, so I've already talked to him. What do you do?
I say, I don't need to hear it from him. I'll take your word for it.
So
I propose that we.
Meanwhile, I'm here, and I'm literally recording it, and I put my hand on Viridian's shoulder, and talk over him. How tall is Viridian? I can't.
He's not particularly tall.
Yeah.
Maybe 5'6" or something like that.
Yeah. And Ash is like 5'11". So she like tiptoes over his shoulder a little bit and says, as a member of the Hope City High Journalist Club, could I come with you all and get some exclusive photos of this tower? Because I think that Hope High members would be really thrilled to learn about it. And I mean, look at us, we're at integrated school. I'm sure there are students who aspire to be Transcendent Crusaders someday. I want them to see their future.
He looks over at you, Armature. My understanding is that you're the leader of the team. Do you mind if this young girl comes along?
Please say yes.
Can I get what's the thing? Can I pierce the mask on this Ashley girl? That's
Well, before you do that, Zion has just used his influence as an adult to tell you, Armature. He's basically telling you you're the team leader. Do you accept this? He's saying, you're superior here? He's offering to shift your labels if you accept what he says. Otherwise, you're going to have to reject it.
I think after our last mission, yes, I think I will accept leadership.
It's true. They need it. Okay, then
Logically, it seems
he's shifting your superior up, which now is a 3.
Okay.
Wow, and he's going to shift your danger down.
Okay. And I would still like to pierce.
Oh yeah, you can turn around and pierce the mask.
Let's see what my it's mundane. I've only got -1, so it's probably not gonna be great. Do I have? I do have influence, so that gives me a 1. Oh, but this is somebody I don't know. So do I get a?
Use the influence. It's cool with me.
That's cool.
I don't want to try and snap that. Fuck that. Ashley and Seraph, as you know, genuinely one person, cares about what Armature thinks.
I get a 1. What are you really planning? I mean, I got little clues last session, but I got distracted. So, but I think this is raising my,
What am I really planning? I mean, planning is putting a really kind description on what I'm doing here. You get the sense that Ashley largely just doesn't want to leave you guys alone in that space.
And you would know also that Ashley and Viridian are friends. I mean, you've seen them at in the band together and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I see why she shouldn't come. I think people really should see what the Transcendent Crusaders are like.
I'm like nodding behind my iPhone.
Very well. And then a sleek white van pulls up. It's a white panel van, but it does have Transcendent Crusaders written along the side there. And a person in the livery of the multicolor, the primary multicolor kind of uniform of the Transcendent Crusaders crew comes out, and he like slides open the door, and you see there's 2 racks of seats. And he says, I will meet you at Crusaders Tower, children.
Can I just ask, are the windows tinted?
Yes, the windows are tinted.
I mostly look inside and go like, that looks uncomfortable.
Oh, and the the guy says, the guy who's in the Crusaders uniform, he like pops a little thing, and you see the back of the van, like part of it just pops up a little bit, like a pop-up camper type deal, to give you headroom.
Oh, okay.
I'll say as I hop into the van, I'll look at the guy in the, the employee uniform. I'll say, completely out of universe, but I can't resist. I'll say, "Thanks, Alfred," and then I'll get into the van and have a seat.
Nice.
They have henchmen.
Sweet. Good. So
I gotta ask one thing. Have I affirmed my secret identity?
I think you have.
Okay, then I'm gonna switch my freak and mundane.
Good call.
There we go. Done.
Aren't your freak? Oh yeah, I was like, it was in mid move, and so I saw a 2 and a 2, and I'm like, what? Those are high.
No.
Yeah, I love these character sheets in Roll20. They're so cool. Good. So you guys are in the van. I'm pausing to see, is this a thing where Ashley might have a conversation with Viridian about what you've been up to? Or do you not feel comfortable with Alfred in the front?
And other people in the back. And
Yeah, all of us sitting around.
And
I'll say something. I'll just say something like, "Hey, I missed checking in with you yesterday after band practice. Everything cool?"
Everything is cool. I just got this like this morning. It's not even activated with my carrier yet, so I can't text you.
Cool.
I dropped. I know shit.
Out,
dropped my phone into the sewer.
Well, that's unfortunate.
You
But I
should've-
won't push it.
You should have probably stayed in the garage. It was dangerous out there.
Yeah, I didn't even make it to the corner store to get drinks. I don't want to talk about it though. I'll do better next time.
Let me take the phone.
Okay.
Tentacles.
Yeah, I hand it over.
Yeah. I start actually dismantling the telephone in front. Like,
That's awesome.
corner. It's like screen coming off. Open up the insides. Little ends of some of the tendrils, kind of little tools start popping out and start.
Warranty voided.
I mean, only if they can tell.
Give me 5 more minutes then.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I just play with that while we're driving along.
Awesome. I mean, it's a phone. Your armature. There's no die roll to this. You tell me what you've done to that phone.
She's now got like just free 4G access wherever for life on this phone.
Nice.
Signal boosted. Very nice.
So the Transcendent Crusaders van looks pretty mundane other than the pop-up top. I imagine that we kind of occasionally will see pictures of the smiling in his late 20s Alfred, who is there with this like little cat hat on. You know, it's got the driver's cap type deal, and his Crusaders uniform, which is not like a super's uniform, is just people who are part of the staff of the Transcendent Crusaders. They have uniforms, and looking back from the windshield back. Yes, we see, of course, just mostly the chest of of Atlas and Armature playing with the phone, Viridian and Ashley Banner, ace reporter, in the front seat in front of them. Eventually, after passing through some downtown Halcyon City traffic, we have this like one of those long shots of the high-rise, like skyscraper at the top is the shield of the Transcendent Crusaders, and I'm imagining that the Transcendent Crusaders has like some kind of coat of arms. I will allow any of you who want to jump forward with cool sounding coat of arms ideas of stuff that might be on the Transcendent Crusaders shield. There any ideas?
I'm choosing not to say the first thing that came to mind. So
be nice.
Well, I imagine whatever the emblem is, it has like they've got lights up, so it's like kind of a halo of light coming down on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Maybe whites and gold.
Yes. Sorry, someone put something in chat. They're a bad person. Not really. Remember, if you make them terrible, obviously, then how do you upend them and prove? No, I'm joking.
No, it's
they're douchey.
I mean, if it's literally a coat of arms, I'd probably give them like the downward pointed sword with the crown hovering over the top.
With a
Rampant
T
eagle on one side.
on one end and a C on the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it. That is what we've got. And so you see the trend, and this is Crusader Tower, which is the headquarters of the Transcendent Crusaders, which is, of course, not just the super team, but an army of people who are part of the staff of the Transcendent Crusader team, go out and do good. As you guys are walking through the hallway with Alfred leading you through, there's like this huge concrete open air, and there's like a waterfall feature. And then there are all these pictures of like UNICEF and pictures of them with officials, members of the Transcendent Crusaders with officials, and it's all very kind of corporate do-gooder volunteer work type stuff that's going on in the main hall here as you guys head in. And there's a bank of elevators, and the elevators come up the side. And they're the kind of elevators that are glass on one side, and they're actually going up the outside of the Crusader Tower. So you get to rise above Halcyon City as you guys are all standing in the elevator. And Alfred actually, like, once you guys get on the elevator, he's there. He says this will take you straight up to the penthouse so you can meet with the Crusaders. And I'm so excited for your opportunity. Have a great day. Have a transcendent day.
Yes.
I'm sure we will.
You too, bro.
Did you already find Seraph as well?
I'm not at liberty to answer that because I haven't been cleared for it. But I understand that all of your team should be here, Mr. Atlas.
Okay.
Are we going into the elevator alone, or is
Alfred's not getting on the elevator with you? It'd just be the four of you. 3 heroes and Kid Reporter.
Yeah. I want to block any recording. No, I've got the thing. I switch it on.
Got the thing. Yep, you switch it on, and you guys start going up.
If we need to talk,
Atlas is sort of like, of course, has his head off to the side because he's sort of brushing up against the ceiling of the elevator.
Yeah, they didn't build this for 7 foot tall dudes, or dudettes, or anybody 7 foot tall.
You'd think they'd make the elevators bigger because, avian, the wings, they take up a lot of space. I say as we go up.
it could get dangerous here. Are you going to be okay?
Are you guys going to get into, like, a fight with the Transcendent Crusaders?
I don't
Well,
think so. Well, we got into a fight with one of them yesterday.
So, in summary, the answer is not on purpose?
Yeah. But that didn't go well last time, did it?
Well, listen. Maybe having somebody normal like me there is going to keep them on their best behavior.
You've got your camera rolling.
Of course. And since
Okay.
I've got service now, I am downloading an archive app right now so that as I make video, it gets uploaded to the cloud automatically. Yarda yarda.
Break through any firewalls the building has now. So
Okay, that's cool. I'd like look out the glass and take a couple of indulgent photos of the city while we're up here.
Nice.
Can I insert that I think the Muzak is probably like Muzak versions of patriotic themes, like the Battle Hymn of the Republic or something. Right now.
Light of the Valkyries.
Yes, Ride of the Valkyries. There we go. That's good. I love it. I accept that offering, and it is now canon. The double doors of the elevator open up, and you look out into a penthouse area. There's couches and this like wall screen, and standing near the like bar and kitchen area is Zion. And he's like finishing up a sandwich, and he puts it on a little plate, and then a person in the Crusader livery comes over and takes the plate and goes to throw everything away. And he walks over. You do not see Coppertop. You see Zion, and you also, and this will probably be important for Ashley, you see the winged member of their team, none other than Avian, who is another flyer. He is actually wearing his mask, and we'll just do a quick little bit of screen share here so that we can see those guys. So what you have here is Avian and Zion. Zion's a bit taller than Avian. Zion's a pretty tall guy. Like, he's probably 6'3", 6'4". I know that's not very tall for you, Jan, but for me, it's tall. So I'm just going to call it pretty tall. It's tiny, right? Yeah, he's a tiny guy at 6'4". Avian stands about 6'1", 6'2", and the two of them are there. You do not see Coppertop. Now, I want to ask a question of you, Viridian. The fourth member of the Transcendent Crusaders is a Voodoo priestess, or that's the trappings of her powers. She's known as Mambo, which, if you didn't know, that Hongun is a voodoo priest, and a Mambo is not just a dance, but it is also the name for a female voodoo priestess. So she takes the name Mambo. And what is it about Mambo? Like, why is she not a member of the Arcanists? Has she ever been a member, or has she always been part of the Transcendent Crusaders?
I don't think she's ever been a member of the Arcanists, but it's not like you're required. And I think that she's probably actually worked with my father separately from team stuff. But I think the reason that she's not is that she wanted more attention in the public sense. My dad's kind of the obvious figurehead of the Arcanists, but a lot of the arcane heroes prefer to do their work with a little less flair, a little less notoriety. And so I actually don't have any bad feelings toward her, aside from, the associations.
Oh, just the fact that she's a member of the Crusaders.
Yeah.
But as far as a personal interaction, I think maybe Mambo has been to your home.
Oh, yeah. Twice. Yeah, no, I know her socially, but have not worked with her otherwise.
Cool.
And I suspect that there are probably things she could teach me that my father might not want me to know. So that makes her kind of interesting.
Neat. I like that. So we have Avian and Zion who come up. Avian hangs back a little bit. Zion, of course, comes out, and he actually offers you, Armature, his hand. And you see the force field kind of recedes back, like he's literally offering you a hand-to-hand shake. And he says, "Welcome to Crusader's Tower, Armature."
I look at the hand and then just one tentacle that goes to the hand. Not a full formed hand or anything, just a pretty limp, just there you go.
And then he turns to you. "Welcome to Crusader's Tower, Atlas." He offers his hand up.
I'll give him a handshake. Like,
Is it one of those like hand to hand type? Like your hand is gigantic compared to his? So you're like 1.5 feet taller than him.
probably, but I mean, there's probably still like a very firm handshake on his end somehow.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
"Oh,
I was definitely going to point that out. He is not going for like the "I'm going to shake your hand real hard" thing. He just seems to be preternaturally strong naturally. And then finally he turns to you and says, "Viridian, welcome to Crusader's Tower."
I'll take his hand and say, "Thank you. I suppose it should be an honor."
"Please come." And he gestures over towards the couch, and he does a hand gesture, and the wall screen winks off. It was showing Halcyon City News. And "Please, I'd like to talk to you about the incident yesterday. I want to understand what happened. I'm very concerned about Coppertop. He and I have been teammates for quite a while." And Avian like kind of skirts around as you guys are walking forward, and he comes over to you, Ashley.
Hmm.
And he says, "I've been told that you are here to take some pictures of Crusader's Tower."
Yeah, I am.
"I'll
Ashley
be
Banner.
Ashley. I'm Avian." And he shakes your hand.
Hey, good to
"I'll
meet you.
be happy to show you some of the more interesting parts of the tower."
Okay, that sounds cool.
Cool. And then he'll start walking, and like he's going to lead you past and effectively draw you away from the others. What do you do?
Uh, hmm. Really have that much leverage to not, and frankly, it could be very useful for me to putter around the tower. I think I'd probably just text Viridian and be like, "Hey, text me or do a whammy if you need me." And step away with Avian.
Okay. Cool. So you guys, do you actually sit on the couch? Yeah. Zion reassures you, Atlas, "These couches are reinforced. Don't worry. Your weight will not cause any problem to them."
all right.
And I don't imagine you get to actually sit on couches very often, Atlas.
Nah.
This one's very comfortable. It's very modern style. It's kind of like the thick pad style with this like the low back, very done more to look pretty than to be a thing that you could slouch in, but definitely comfortable to sit in for short periods of time. Zion goes over and he kind of sits in his little chair that also doubles like a throne and says, "Please, children, tell me, what did Coppertop do? I saw what was on television, but I believe there's more to the story."
You haven't talked to him yet?
"I have, of course. He's my friend and my teammate, but I feel that his emotions are a little clouded here, and I'm hoping to understand what you experienced."
Would you say, I looked to the others, that he was firing wildly into a civilian area?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Attacking innocent heroes trying to help?
Tell me a little more about that. He didn't mention. He did talk about some misplaced uses of his power, but he didn't talk about attacking any heroes. What happened there?
Well,
When he had. Oh, I will let Armature speak, since Armature is our leader today.
Yeah. I assumed you guys weren't there at the time when that happened.
Oh, that's right. We were at the mall.
Being very useful teammates. Our other teammate, who's not here at the moment, Seraph, was attempting to defuse the situation, and he fired upon her. And then knocking off her building.
And this was not in direct pursuit of his quarry, which was Safia.
She was incapacitated on a roof. No harm to anyone.
That is not
Therefore,
how
it's
we
going
do things.
to take her to the spike.
Is there anything else?
Nothing.
It was clear from his words that this was a personal vendetta and not just that he was in pursuit of someone he thought dangerous.
He was
But-
quite upset, it seemed.
It was a grudge, a personal grudge.
Mhm.
It's true. I'm not sure how much you know about Safia, but she is prankster. And unfortunately, Coppertop was not as protective of his real identity as he should have been. We've had a number of courses, and we've worked with each of the members, the Crusaders, on proper protocols for security. But it seems that Safia discovered his mundane identity, and she
Wow,
sought to use
you
it
you
against
guys have do anything other than sit here?
Yes, we do, in fact, do a great deal to help people, not always in Halcyon City, because there are people in need across the world. And we
Wait,
don't do it for
you
them.
too?
I'm sorry.
Well, you're like famous and stuff. Like, I can't imagine someone not recognizing you.
Well, agreed. I am pretty noteworthy.
And no mask.
Oh, well. You'd be surprised what can be done today to hide a person's identity if that's what they want.
Really?
Oh.
Holographic technology? Or prosthesis?
And that's when you hear magic, and it's a female's voice. And stepping out of like nowhere is the woman known as Mambo. I'll show you her picture, mostly because I think it's awesome. So you see this lady here. She has the kind of skull half mask and cute little skull belt buckle, and I love those adorable those leggings are just awesome. So that's Mambo, and she steps out of nowhere and says, "I have offered my services to my team to help them so they can live
But-
normal lives."
See, you wear a mask.
I do.
Yes. But, like, Can you magic people to be smaller?
For a
'Cause-
short period of time. Is that what you'd like?
No, I mean, I kind of stand out. The whole secret identity thing. It's not very easy for me.
I'm sorry to hear that, son. I'm sure that we can work something out together. Right now, we need to help our teammate, Coppertop. And Zion nods. Thank you, Mambo. She's right. What she's done is unacceptable. And what he's done is unacceptable. I appreciate all of you trusting me enough to share the truth.
Will he be facing consequences?
Absolutely.
And they will be?
I'm going to ask Coppertop to turn himself in.
Okay. What if he doesn't?
Well, that is a matter for the Transcendent Crusaders to deal with. And it would definitely look terrible for him. Now, children, I understand that the three of you have a fourth member. I've been trying to locate the one known as Seraph. Where is she?
I don't know.
I look at my phone as if it had just buzzed and say, oh, we haven't seen her since
The incident.
the incident, but she just checked in with me. Apparently she was out of contact. And then I'm realizing that I'm treading closely upon secret identity shit and stop talking. But hopefully that will be enough.
Yeah. Apparently the communication systems have been a bit weird.
Seeing that face on Armature, it's like, what does he mean weird?
Zion seems a little dubious about a team with Armature on it having communications.
Yeah, I struggle to hide my reaction to any disparaging of our communication system.
I kind of worked hard on that. Cool. We're going to cut away from it's like a page turn, and we see as Avian is leading you to, we'll say that it's Mambo's laboratory, right? So he opens up a door, and you kind of see that there's a bunch of like tomes, and it's darker in here, and there's this odd smell to things, like some kind of very weird, earthy smell to the place. And he says, "This is where Mambo works."
Whoa. Cool. Very atmospheric. I'll like tuck my phone in my pants pocket real quick and swing my backpack over and get my DSLR out, because the lighting in here is just, I don't trust it to my phone yet. I'm not sure I have the apps installed on it to do the After Effects I'd need to actually get a good photo with the substandard light.
He notices the swap of phones. He says, "Well, that's interesting. What model is that?"
Oh, it's just a Nikon 5200.
Oh.
You know, it's a good Pro-Am starter DSLR, so you know, I don't have infinite money to spend on cool hobbies like this, but I'd rather have this guy and then drop the real money on lenses that I can keep if I upgrade my sensor. Click.
Right.
Click.
Hey, have you ever thought about the Crusaders team? We have internships. If you need a little money, I'm sure that I could put in a word.
I'm doing okay. My mom really wants me to focus on school, but do you guys have any documentation you can send me?
You bet. I mean, of course we have brochures, but I can get something emailed to you. Hey, I'm curious, Ashley, right?
Sure. Yeah.
There's a third member, or there are three members to the team, but I thought there was a flyer among this team. Girl named Seraph.
Yeah, I think so. Viridian's told me about her because
Okay.
Viridian and I are in a band together, and we go to the same school.
Oh, really? What do you guys play? He heads over and he kind of leans against a bench and crosses his arms. His wings just slowly flutter a little bit.
What's the general attitude of his wings? Do they behave like something that is fleshly and attached to him? Like, do the reflexes seem to read right? Okay.
Yeah, it totally reads like these wings seem to be a definite part of his body and something that kind of helps to indicate some of his state of mind. More so than the mask, of course, because he's wearing a mask.
Right, of course. I play guitar, and Viridian plays drums. And our band tries to do, general rock stuff. We do some covers. We do some original stuff. I'm writing some songs.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, I'm actually really interested in going into college for music. And so it's cool to have a band so that we can, practice, and I can get used to performing in public, and it's fun. I get to make friends. I just moved into town, so it's nice to start making connections.
Oh, there's a Transcendent Scholarship program too. People who are employed have the ability to, they can apply for the scholarship. There's also a work-related scholarship. I'll make sure you get all that info. It sounds good. I'd like to hear you guys play sometime. If you ever cut a demo, let me know. We've got a small record company. It's mostly a vanity project for Mambo. She's really into hip hop.
Cool. I don't think we're a good fit for a hip hop label, but I'll keep that in mind.
No, I'm sorry. That sounds wrong. I'm saying we all get a lot of opportunity to listen to music, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, cool. How long have you been doing this, Sabian?
He kind of hesitates for a second, and now it dawns on him, you're the kid reporter. I'd like to see if you can provoke him to move past some like very neutral corp speaks reactions that he's been trained to give and actually answer you.
So actually, I'd like to try and roll my mild-mannered.
Well, you know what? I think you should.
Because I'm using my civilian identity to deceive, trick, or slip past somebody.
Oh, 100%. That is way more effective than provoking him. That sounds great.
Cool, we doing this. Hey, cool.
So close. A 9, though. Okay, on a hit, they buy your facade. On a 7 to 9, you have to make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You're still under observation. You leave something incriminating behind. You're forced to make a fool of yourself to sell it.
I don't feel like I have much opportunity to make a fool of myself here, so I'm going to leave that off the table.
Fair.
I'm still under observation.
All right.
Because I have my little handler, and that's probably not going to change.
Probably not. Avian says, off the record?
Mm-hmm. I put my notepad down, or I put my pencil in my pocket.
And he says, can you turn off the camera?
I turn off the camera.
Nice. So he reaches up and he takes hold of his mask, and you see it kind of give way. And so, Avian's style is very Native American. Like, he's even wearing blue jeans and a pair of like boots with tassels on them, and like he's got a rat tail. But when he pulls off the mask, he looks like he's European. And he says, only like a month.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So there was another avian, but like he got lost, and then Zion found me.
What do you mean lost?
I don't have a whole lot of details. I just know that they were doing some transdimensional warfare against somebody, and they only say that he was lost. Mambo gets really mad about it, actually. So I try not to push. I mean, it's a really good life, you know?
For sure. I mean, you get a lot of great opportunities to help people.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's that answer of like, yes, and that too.
Yeah, of course.
Then he slides back on the mask. Officially, I've been at this for 4 years, he answers. And you hear the voice kind of modulation is a little different from when he'd taken off his mask.
Well, here's to 4 more eventful, awesome years.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a great gig if you can get it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Come on, I'll show you the observation tower. Get some really great shots of the city.
Okay, cool. I love that.
Sweet. And then he'll start to lead you off. So we've been at this for an hour and a half. Let's go ahead and take a bio break. It's 27 after. Let's make this an 8-minute break. So we'll meet back again at 35 after. Okay?
Sounds good.
Cool. Sorry about that. My wife's very excited about the new Rebel Wilson movie, Isn't It Romantic, and really wants to go see it. But it's not coming out till Valentine's Day. But anyway, looks pretty funny. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for it yet.
I have not.
I haven't.
Me neither.
It's a pretty high concept romantic comedy that is incredibly meta. And it should be fun. Okay. So Zion had talked to you guys about he's going to have Coppertop turn himself in, and he kind of laid out that bit of information. And we will have Avian leading Ashley back in to take her up to the observatory, the observation tower, so that you can kind of be part of this. As he says, I'm disappointed that Seraph isn't here, Zion says. But we've been observing how well you guys fought against Coppertop and your previous adventures. And I've suggested to the team, he looks up at Mambo and then over to Avian, the idea of the Young Crusaders. Like a Major League Baseball team has a minor league team that grows and has the opportunity to train and work together under the tutelage of experienced heroes. They have a larger, expansive list of facilities, greater opportunities into the wider world of superheroing, as well as a legal team for damage control. Viridian?
Before we address that, I want to clarify something. You saw us what we did in the fight against Coppertop and still think that we're a good fit for your farm league?
Well, going by
that was not our most sterling moment. Mine in particular.
I agree that I'm sure your father has some advice to offer you, but the heart, the desire that you showed, and honestly, some of your mistakes. I've made those mistakes. He looks over and Mambo says, I haven't made those mistakes. Well, he laughs. Nevertheless, I can help you. We can help you. You guys were to become young crusaders. No. Things would work out better for you, I'm pretty sure.
I guess we need to talk about that as a team, like with Seraph. So
yeah, we couldn't make a decision without something like this.
Absolutely.
Can I use some of my supply to sneakily drop some sort of recording drone?
Oh, I think that you can try to do that. It sounds like you're unleashing your powers to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's yeah, I get to do it with Superior.
That's right. By using your cool move.
Yeah, I think that worked.
That looks like you've rolled an 11, and you are hella superior right now because everyone keeps pumping up your superiority complex. So that is pretty. It says kapow on the die roller. I love that. That is pretty amazing. On a 10, on a hit, you do it. So yeah, you do it. You surreptitiously drop little drones, and you get a little indicator that they are active.
Just to be clear, these are not sentient in any way. They're
Okay,
just
Mama. Sure, Mama.
Yet.
Whatever you say.
Yet. Not
Yet.
sentient yet.
They do not have the capacity for self learning and such.
They don't have any self-actualization.
No. They haven't
Yet.
taken personality tests
Yet.
yet.
Cool.
Soon though.
I
Project
kind of,
keeps me
just when
safe.
no one's looking, there's like one of my tentacles just like flicks out what could almost be just like a speck of dust, and then the speck of dust kind of falls through the air for a second and then just starts to hover away.
Nice. Cool. Well, then, Zion, as Ashley's being led towards the elevator and heading up to the roof, Zion says, well, would you like a tour of the tower?
Sure.
Avian, do you mind taking 3 more? And Avian stops and says, no problem. Come along, kids. He says stiffly. Mambo, as you get up from the couch, Viridian, Mambo says, Viridian, can we talk?
Absolutely.
Cool. So she will walk out of the big wide living area back towards her laboratory as the other 3 of you get in, and we see, of course, Atlas has to move his head down again, and you guys head up on towards the roof. And again, we reuse the set of like the alchemical laboratory where Mambo opens the door and the 2 of you walk in. An Orange Julius. An Orange Julius, Viridian?
My transport spell went awry. There was opportunity. I was thirsty. We went right back after we got them.
Don't have to be defensive with me, child. I'm sure that your father hasn't shown you all that you're capable of doing.
I feel at times that he wants to hold me back, keep me dependent.
Well, if he hasn't shown you everything, then you will always be his pupil. So, I would very much wager that that is exactly what he is doing.
In some ways, it's like the old books of magic where certain words were purposefully misspelled so that it looked like knowledge was being passed on, but, in a dangerous way, so that only the original mage held the true knowledge.
What do you want, Viridian?
In being clear, I'm saying this, and as the words come out of my mouth, or before they come out of my mouth, I think I'm saying what she wants to hear. And then, like, halfway through, so that by the time I finish, you'll see the look on my face change, and I realize that it's actually true. I say, I just want to fulfill my potential.
I'd like to help you. No secrets.
I can't agree to anything without my team.
Of course. And I can't help you unless you are part of mine. But I wanted you to know that is what I offer you, if you will join.
As we've been talking, I've been looking around at the bookshelves in particular,
Mhm.
just sort of cataloging anything that looks interesting that we don't have in the library at home. And I'm sure there are some, especially because her tradition is different from ours. And I'm, let us just say that I'm intrigued, and not in the same way as I am intrigued Orange Julius and Sbarro.
She laughs slightly at that. Some of the things that you do focus in on is that she has a small piece of her library dedicated to necromancy, something that your father abhors. And she seems to have a copious amount of tomes written upon it in several different languages.
That is squicky, but of course I'm 16 and also very intriguing.
Cool. So we cut up to the roof, and like there's this like lovely observation area, and there's a helicopter that lands, and some like people in the livery of the Transcendent Crusaders staff come out, and Zion is, they head down to talk to Zion, and it's obvious that there's like a whole, they don't just sit around in their living room areas. There was some time carved out by Zion to speak to you guys, and Avian takes you guys around and shows you a bunch of pictures. So it shows you areas where you can take pictures, and talks a little bit about the corporation and the community service that the Transcendent Crusaders do on an ongoing basis. It's a lot of very like canned speech type stuff. Armature, what is it that you are doing right now as you're being led on this little tour of the Crusader Tower?
I think I would like start to hang back slightly until I could have a moment with Ashley as we're walking.
Cool. That's easy enough to do.
I'm like taking a few notes and taking a picture at one of the little picture stations.
I kind of like look her up and down, like, Ashley,
Mm-hmm.
could I get your opinion on something?
Sure, what's up?
I just saw a I just need some advice.
I like tuck my pencil into the spiral binding of my notebook and, turn to fully face you.
See, we could, while you were taking photos before, we got offered a position as the Young Crusaders. What would your thoughts be on that? We get the access to the resources and special training that this would afford us. And I'm like looking closely. Reaction.
Are you trying to pierce a mask here? Maybe pierce a mask?
Possibly.
I mean, I've already reacted to this because I was in the room passing up to the elevator while this was being discussed. I think that was the body placement going on. But Ashley like sucks her teeth for a second, and she's like, so the most important thing in real estate is location, location, location. Duh. Everyone knows that. And then the second most important thing is probably timing. Right?
I'll take your word on that.
So I think the timing of this offer will tell you most of what you need to know about it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I can't really tell you guys what to do. I can just tell you that I think you should do what's best for your team.
You have no opinion?
If I were you, I would sit on an offer like this and see how they reacted.
That does seem the wise decision. Well, thank you. I'm just curious in your opinion.
Okay.
Just, somebody outside the team. And then I kind of walk off quickly before giving anything away from my face.
And I'll like keep looking at her as she walks off.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know anything concrete, but things line up.
Awesome. So what I just want to kind of check in. Were there any other things you guys like to do during your tour of Crusader Tower?
Atlas is just looking around, sort of wide-eyed, and you can tell that he's really thinking about this. Like looking out the window and just making a comment like, wow, you can see the entire city from here.
I'll like sidle up to Atlas and be like, hey dude.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, looking around.
It's kind of easy to get drunk on this kind of view, right?
Huh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got all this fancy stuff.
That's true. They really do have a lot of fancy stuff. Avian was telling me that they've got scholarship programs for people who work for them.
Yeah, training. Training is good.
I mean, hopefully you'll get some of that at Hope City. Or that's right, you're at college right now. The
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Institute.
I have a job on the side at Hope Prep. So, but yeah, I mean, they have a lot they can offer, I guess. But yeah, I really think we need to discuss it with Seraph because she's part of our team. So
Legit.
I look up to her.
How come?
I don't know. She's got this like I don't know. She's like this beacon of purity, I guess. She's cool. I mean, no offense, but we've got
Okay.
these two brainiacs in our team, and they're always being very smart and stuff. But I don't know. With Seraph, I get the feeling she knows what's right.
It's good to know your own heart. Sometimes, if you're thinking too much, you push past what you're feeling.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm glad she's on your team,
Me too. I like her.
I'll bet she looks up to you too.
Are you just saying that because I'm tall? Because that's a joke a lot of people make.
Ah,
I mean, she flies, so no, I'm not.
This is true. I'm curious. Like, are we opening up here or something? Is there like a?
Yeah, I was just waiting. It was good, and I kept wondering, like, should I inject? Because you're definitely sharing vulnerability. So the bull, when you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, you give them influence and hold 2. You spend that hold to help them as if it were team in the pool.
Alrighty.
And the Janice has a team on a share of vulnerability too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you actually told them a secret. Although maybe she looks up to you too, maybe.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
he doesn't know it yet.
I mean, if you wanna push me into doing something else, that's cool.
I do. I'm pushing
okay.
you. Push.
All right. Goodness. So, a secret of Seraph's, then, I think, is what's on the table, or a secret about who I really am. Like, there's that point in the conversation, because it's a little awkward, where it's a pause that could be the end of the conversation, and maybe our shoulders square away from each other for a second, and Ash turns back, and it's like, purity is kind of dangerous, too.
Why?
Well, I mean, if I were talking to Armature, I'd be like, pure undiluted hydrochloric acid
What?
is really dangerous, or some other chemical analogy.
Okay.
And if
Yeah,
I was
chemistry,
talking to Viridian, I'd be like, pure elemental light is probably not safe to handle. But people are never just one thing. And if they try to be one thing and just one thing, you end up sacrificing so much to that.
Oh, you mean like what they said about secret identities?
I mean, probably. Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know.
And also, always thinking you're right is really dangerous. I'm sure that Seraph is just as capable of being wrong about something, or having an incomplete perspective.
She's the type that would own up to that.
I mean, sure. I don't mean to bag on your teammate.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. If I was in her position, I'd be really nervous about not being questioned and being treated special and like I was above somebody, Even though literally she's often above people because she flies.
Uh-huh. I get that. Yeah. But then, I mean, so's Avian, so.
And at that moment, Avian flies above and kind of leads you guys off. That's a good break point, I think. You guys good with the tour of Crusaders Tower?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So the next thing oh, yes.
No, just to in case that Seraph didn't have influence yet. I mean, she get you get influence because.
Cool. I am almost 100% sure I already had influence, but I'm going to double check. You get influence as well.
Alrighty. I don't think I had yours yet.
Cool. So you have influence over me now. And since I already had influence over you.
Yep. Some label shifting.
Cool. I'm gonna nudge your danger down. 1.
All right.
And you're mundane up 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get you to look into the hearts of ordinary people. And then I shift my mundane up and my mask's labeled down.
All right. So we see the 4 of you getting back into the Transcendent Crusaders van. Which one of you has the pamphlets and all of the like packets of papers of information on the Crusaders programs? Ashley? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That reads. And it's Alfred again. He asks you guys, about your trip. Wasn't it exciting? I've never gotten a chance to go to the penthouse. I've only seen pictures. He just thinks it's the greatest thing that you guys have gone there. And he drives you guys back to Hope Prep. So, checking in on time, Paul, because I know you needed to go sometime around here.
I can stretch it to about 1/4 past.
Okay. I'd like to just jump ahead to it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, but if you want to, if you have a plan for something with the 3 of them, I can bag out any time between now and then.
Well, what I'd like to do is, while we still have you here for, at least a 10-minute conversation, I would love it if we could just kind of skip to the point when you guys are talking to Seraph and assume that you've given her the 411 on the Crusaders Tower and the offer to join as young Crusaders. So you guys can kind of hash out that conversation, because I think that's a pretty pivotal thing to happen. And I'd like for Viridian to be part of it. So where do you guys have this conversation?
Do we bag a empty classroom or roof? Or are we just being on the roof? Roof? No, roof.
All right.
Roof of the school. It's probably popular.
You're not wrong.
Do we interrupt anyone up there?
Yes. You like come up to the roof, and there were a pair of young Hope Preps who were kissing, and they're like, oh, they've run away.
Oh, it's the balcony for the frat house, basically.
Yes.
One like spider jumps away, and the other one like shadow portals out. They're terribly embarrassed. Someone caught them making out.
Ha.
Sarah flies in.
That's awesome. Like, I just always imagined this like angel from on high ascending kind of thing from Seraph whenever she arrives.
Yep.
Hey.
So we'll hand wave the explaining everything that Ashley and therefore Seraph already knows.
Yeah.
Say that we have done that now.
We have explained it.
Yes.
Seraph takes a little time to be like, okay, well, that's interesting, but here's what Safia told me. When we were in the...
And we know that now.
Yep.
Right.
When we were in the sewers, do you actually say that?
No, I don't. I stopped myself.
Okay.
When we were, just teleported away.
I'm going to tell you that this offer tempts me for all of the wrong reasons.
What are the wrong reasons?
And personal power, Mambo has fewer limits than my father, and therefore could offer me more, but I fear that some of that is shortcuts and dangerous. It's still super shiny, though. And because I think I, more than any of you, could potentially be led down the wrong path, especially with what Seraph has shared with us. I'm not sure that I want to vote in this. Because it's like the 5th full-size candy bar on Halloween night, and I'm not sure I'm in the right position to make this decision without it being for the wrong reasons. And I think I may have just shared a vulnerability with everyone.
Oh, I think you certainly did. The legacy vulnerability, when you share a vulnerability or a weakness with someone, tell them a secret about your legacy, including your own true feelings about it, which I think that absolutely counts, to clear a condition and give them influence over you.
So I think everybody that doesn't have influence over me has influence over me, and I'm clearing my angry.
Okay, that
Sounds
gives
good.
me.
We all have influence, I think.
I
Already.
do.
Oh no, you lost it, yeah.
No. Yeah, we had words.
I already
Yes, we did. So I guess that means that either Seraph or Atlas can shift my labels. I don't think you should both.
How about-
You guys can have a label shift fight.
One of us decides the up and one of us decides the down.
No, I'm gonna cede all that power to Atlas because I've already shifted somebody's labels today.
Atlas, you could, if you choose, you could say, I have the power right now, and it would actually be him.
It would apply.
A
Oh,
giant
God.
sword might appear, though, so
Yes.
be careful where you put your hand.
Let me have a look at those character sheets.
I think after that, by the way, I rest a hand on Viridian's shoulder. If you know.
I think that it fits to shift your freak up by 1 and your mundane down by 1.
Okie doke. Are you doing it or shall I?
Go ahead.
I'll do it. It's done.
Excellent.
Look, I
I have rules to adhere by, and like, okay, that's some freaky shit.
yeah, I get that, you know, the draw of not power, but the, you know, knowledge. Maybe knowledge that is, you know, you don't have the faculties to wield yet. So.
I respect your choice, Viridian. I'm sure it's difficult for you. I respect it. I'll throw out my vote. I don't think that we should do it. I don't think that we should do it even to try and get close to them.
Yeah, that seems like too big a risk, and with what you said and that what she said, yeah.
It's great that they have resources, and I wish that we could have some in the same way that they do. But I'd rather it be something that we built ourselves that we can feel good about.
Atlas.
I don't know. I feel that they can teach us a lot. And it's I don't know, the people that made me this way. Like, I'm still at home, and I feel like I'm putting my parents at risk. And they've got a fancy tower that's protected.
We could build a headquarters.
You have a single panel showing the workshop that's in complete disarray that Armature has.
I want some little, like, arrows pointing at particular bits of detritus.
Yes.
You know,
Unfinished project.
Container, unfinished project. This chair was taken off of the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and bug out, having made my dramatic speech. I love you all, and I wish I was still going to be here for the rest of this.
No worries, man. No worries.
Ciao.
Later.
So I guess he teleports home, having his words.
Yep.
Yeah. So we agreed.
Well,
I mean, come on. Their headquarters wasn't all that. I could build a better one than that.
Well,
I mean, I might not have the resources, but
look, I
let's actually think about how we could help Atlas.
the fact that the stuff that Sheriff said, I mean, if they are not quite, but you know, can we trust the source of that information? That's a question, of course.
Actually,
true.
and like, you can't see my eyes doing the like left-right calculation.
I mean, that is true, but do we want to ignore it?
I've heard some rumors as well about Avian.
Like what?
Tick, 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 tick. Audible gears clicking in my head.
I hear that the Avian who's working right now isn't the same as the Avian who was working a month ago.
Okay.
Like he's a whole different person.
Like they hired somebody to replace him.
How can you like hire someone mid-wing? Can you, are you for hire?
No?
Atlas.
What? No.
But
I didn't mean anything by it. I, I didn't think that you are. I mean, I'm just saying. Look,
Yeah, how do you hire a dude with wings to replace a different dude with wings? I hear you. It's strange.
Huh.
But I'd really like to know more about it.
are you, like, so?
I mean, there must be records of people with wings.
Really?
They don't go unnoticed, do they?
Is there like records about you, Seraph?
My wings sort of flick back a little uncomfortably. I mean, no.
Okay. So,
Either it's a part of Avian's power set that he can hide them somehow, but he doesn't always have them. Or
can
he
you
lives
do that?
someplace where it's not abnormal. Right?
Can you hide yours?
All focus.
They're sort of like a medium, as much as they are a part of my body. So like, they don't always have to be the same shape or color or size, and I want to get back to talking about action.
Oh. Right.
Because, yeah, I just don't want to get into it.
Sorry, I asked. Didn't mean to ask a personal question. Sorry.
It's okay. So, one,
Avian.
I think that we should look up some photo records and see if his wing pattern is the same from month to month. Or the easy mode, was he wearing that big gaudy mask as of, 1 or 2 months ago?
The school computer is adequate, but I can remote access to my lab. Give us a little bit more horsepower. I think we can get an answer.
Sure, if we think time's a factor. So that's one. Two, is there anything that we can do to corroborate Safia's claims that this group is on the take? I think that the best way to do that is to look into the Transcendent Crusader's status as a corporate holder.
I may have left a small surveillance drone in their headquarters.
What?
That it might take a little while, but I think I could access their database.
Man.
Just in case.
That'll be great. At least to point us in the direction of legally obtainable records that we might be able to share.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Well, I mean, legal stuff aside, this is about if we want to join forces with them, right?
Yeah. Sure, that's still on the table.
I mean, if we find out that they're on the up and up, then sure, I'll change my mind. But I just don't like the timing of it all.
Yeah.
We have that dust up with Copper Top, and then immediately Zion comes down and shows us all of his shiny money-getting objects and his horde of interns who all wear shirts with his logo on it, and offers us an opportunity to be the junior version of him.
It
That
does.
seems like an attempt to control a story.
Or bribery, yeah.
It just doesn't feel right. So
I trust your instincts.
I'd like to know more about them before we did anything, even remotely like telling them yes. 3,
Okay.
let's look into ways to get you, Atlas, living someplace new. I mean, do you think you're ready to move out of your parents' place?
Well, it doesn't really fit.
How you feel about it matters.
What? Oh, yeah. I mean, I kind of want to be able to see my mom and dad every now and then, but I think living there is probably a bad idea.
I've been working on something. I mean, it's not done yet, but Ramesh keeps putting grocery boxes in my lab, and I need more space. So I've been working on designs for a lab that's it's a little bit more separate, but it'll be there, but not there. I'm trying to dumb this down for Atlas.
And still the response is like, what do you mean?
Have you seen Doctor Who?
No.
I'll be making magic box. I cringe as I say the word magic. I could make space in there for you to live in.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to be ready for a while, but you know, it's an option. You'd have to be really, really careful with my stuff.
Kind of have to be really, really careful with anything I touch.
Okay. But, you know, just so you know, that's, you know.
You know what upsets me? Like,
Couches.
what? No.
Sorry.
Like, if we're not going to join those guys, like I said, we need a name, but now Viridian left again. We still can't have a proper vote on that.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well, they wanted us to be the young crusaders, right?
yeah. I mean, that doesn't. I mean, even if we do join, bit on the nose.
I don't really
also
feel like a
I also
crusader.
I also don't like the way they keep calling us children.
Yeah. I want to, you know, veto the whole young. Bit condescending.
19, man.
No, the crusaders went far, far out of their own realm. and fought with people in their own homes for
Yeah.
what they thought was a holy war.
Ugh. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't feel like I'm invading Halcyon City. I feel like we live here and this is our home and we aren't crusading for anything.
Fair.
So
But then, like, what? Something that lives in his own home, like a guard dog?
like the Guardians or something.
Oh, Guardians, that's much better than guard dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a neighbor with a guard dog once named Bentley, but we can't be the Bentleys either. I'll look a few things up tonight and see if Guardians is or was taken and if we've got to ask anybody for permission.
I think I sit down on in cross-legged, or that's what it looks like at least, and start like bringing out one of the little. I take one of like the little things from my hair and like put it on my lap, and then it kind of holographic keyboard gets projected out and screen. Like, should we start solving some problems? Let's tick some of these off.
All right, let's do it.
Cool. All right. So you guys want to get some information?
Yeah. I want to. Yeah, I'm basically assessing the situation.
I
think
I don't think all the questions fit as well, but it's the best move for what you want to do. So let's take just a moment, and I should have been doing this while you guys were talking. I was just so enjoying what you're doing. Let me look through the Halcyon City Herald collection moves. Research paranormal phenomena. Read a column. No, that's to see how replead with regular. Rewire a keynome. Gaze through the spectacles of tomorrow. Listen to the whispers of the Avarician. I don't know. Discover your own mythic background. Play public. Apologize. Resist mind control. Explore the ruins. Plead for help with medical problem. Receive any service from health. Publicly atone. Directly engage a group of hatchlings. Assemble the pieces you need to try to cross over. Nope. When you meet with a dupe of yourself for the first time, yeah, I'm looking forward to when we do that. That's coming. Push yourself to remember reality that no longer exists. Dig into an existing hero's past. There we go. When you dig into an existing hero's past through documents and records, roll plus superior. On a hit, you find revealing information. Choose and ask one, and I will put those questions. Oh my goodness, it's rolling with superior. You're like born for it.
Okay. There we go. I got a full hit.
Wow. Okay. On a 10 plus, you may ask a follow-up question. The questions are: what crime did they commit? What embarrassing secret did they hide? How did they blunder early in their career?
I think I guess the embarrassing secret that they hide.
Awesome. Easy enough. You cross-reference basically on time marks, and up to about 4 months ago, the avian was very obviously Native American fellow. He's out in public. He'd been there for 3.5 years. Member of the Transcendent Crusaders. Was raised up like his backstory is that he came from a reservation and came to Halcyon City after he developed his wings, and they were magical wings. And then he went through a dramatic costume change, and there was a big 4 months ago, a big kind of publicity thing about all of the Transcendent Crusaders had new costumes. And then Avian talked about, like, there's this big thing where he talked through his mask in an interview about wind shears, and like there's this, like, you don't buy it being a scientific person, but there were problems with him flying at significant speeds, that it was causing damage to his face and his eyes and the like. So this mask was created to help protect him whenever he had to fly at supersonic speeds.
I like chime in. I'm like, you only have to get a gnat under your eyelid once. Let me tell you. To never want it to happen again.
Yeah.
But that's when you're flying low to the ground. Do we have any footage of him flying before then?
Let me check.
Yeah, you do. His flight styles have changed. The way that his wings worked, and you're specifically keyed into this, Seraph. The way his wings worked before, where they were more representational. Like, the flight was probably magical in origin, but the new Avian now, they are legitimate wings. They are appendages that are natural extensions for him in ways in which he moves through the world.
Yeah, I specifically go, okay, so look at this landing, and then look at this landing.
Yeah.
You see how in this
The
one...
second one was sloppier.
Exactly. And then in this one, he's not even trying to scoop air. He wouldn't actually slow down like that if he were using his wings to fly.
Yeah, it's clearly biological and magical or whatever before.
You don't like magic, do you?
It should make sense. There should be. I've looked in books, and I try. Just as a experiment, I tried to do some magic. It didn't do anything.
I do literally smile. I'm like,
stop smiling.
Your little friends are pretty much magic to me too.
I can't help it.
Look, it was once experimentation. I just, do not tell Viridian I did that.
You're going through your 15-year-old fortune-telling phase.
Shut up. Look, okay, we've confirmed problem number one of our things,
Yep.
So that's something. Do we know, what did your contact say? Like, why the change?
What I heard was the previous avian got lost in a dimensional conflict. But if that's true, why not mourn him? Why not? Why not treat him like an actual loss? Where's the pain in his teammates?
Yeah.
We didn't see any of that.
Dimensional conflict. I mean,
i.e. something that you can't disprove or prove. But it's also a really isolated lie, isn't it? Because either way, if we're coming at it from the angle of they are good and honest people here, and they want to represent themselves honestly, then why haven't we heard about this dimensional conflict? Or are there any gaps in their schedules that we can't account for? And why wouldn't they talk about that? And then if we're coming at it from they are profit-driven dirtbags who want to be famous at all times, why not blow this up into some big media event?
Okay.
It didn't go down how they
Sheriff,
wanted.
you've convinced me. We probably shouldn't team up with them just yet.
Thank you. I know that you want their cool tower and their big couches, but we'll work
No,
something else out. I'll
want-
help, I promise.
I just want training and some safety and not to break everything.
I like pat him on the shoulder. We'll work things out.
2 strokes of the wing, pat pat.
They are so soft.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You're still up there as my love.
All right, cool. So, just looking at time, is there anything more we want to do before we bring this session to a close? I mean, I think we could do another scene if you guys have something you're itching to do, but I think circling back with Viridian when we re-meet next week would be...
Maybe could I have maybe a little bit of Seraph? A conversation with Seraph?
Sure.
You okay with that, Atlas?
Sure. Like, oh, are you actually like sending Atlas away? Oh,
Um,
then I'll be like, oh, yeah, yeah, I'll be over on the next roof.
yeah, it's girl stuff. I just look at him until he walks away or jumps away. Or...
Yep, jumps over to the next roof.
Okay. I don't want to make an ass of myself. And I thought, you have a secret identity, don't you?
I mean, of course.
I've met them, haven't I? I'm looking at...
It's very likely. After all, you're at High all the time. Go to your college courses.
Oh, come, just tell me.
There you go. Yes, okay. Yes.
Actually,
Yes.
I really didn't want to do that to your alter ego and be wrong. That would have been more embarrassing, I think, being wrong with you, Seraph. Come on.
And I like...
You go off with Avian. You have Avian information. You disappear. Ashley did.
Of all the people, I really thought you'd figure it out first, so...
I'm just embarrassed I took so long. I got distracted. I mean, you do
Also-
really...
Hmm?
You do. I kind of like, now looking at her again, just how she's standing. It's like, I mean, okay, technically you seem to be the same height, but you know, you stand taller.
The wings are big.
No, well, yes, but I don't know. You just... I mean, do you hover a bit when you're
No.
Seraph?
Mm-mm. No, that's work.
Okay, yeah. You just, I don't know. Even ignoring the wings, you just, I don't know, bigger, something. It's,
Well, I'm glad the ruse works on somebody.
so I'm assuming all those looks with Ashley and Viridian were.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Viridian knows.
And yeah.
Because his dad told him.
What?
Oh, yeah.
And you. I'm guessing you didn't give him permission.
How am I going to give or withhold permission from Magister Justinian?
Okay, fair enough. That's.
Yeah, no. No, we had a run-in when I first moved into the city, and it was super embarrassing, and I don't want to talk about it.
So. Okay. I'm like looking. I'm just like openly staring at like wings and things and the face mask thing. It's like.
And
so
like I actually lean way down and like part them, and I'm like, you did guess right.
Yeah. All right. You know, just. I mean, the clues all lined up, but you know, I still can't get how. You know, you know, the build and height are the same, but just the stance and. Do you do something to your voice as well?
I mean, not that I know of.
It's just. Uh, is everyone magic?
At least a little bit.
I
did learn card tricks.
Is everyone magic?
Okay, that's
head over to the next roof. Like very non-magic.
Card tricks are really cool. But listen, really, really please keep this under your hat. But I should tell Atlas too.
He does really look up to you.
I know.
It's probably fair to him to, you know, tell him, and you know, you might be lucky. You might forget 5 minutes later. You should have.
Armature, that's a really dangerous attitude. Atlas might not be a genius like you, but it doesn't mean that he's a poorly trained dog or subhuman in intelligence.
Sorry, ironically, I don't always think before I speak.
Just like a real teenager, right?
Guess so, yeah.
I think maybe Sarah was taking advantage of her influence to tell Armature how the world works.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I think I'm accepting it.
So shift Armature's labels. Maybe you need to take that 3 superior down a notch.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna knock that superior down 1 and the mundane up 1. And I don't think I can do it. I'm gonna let Alex take care of it.
Yeah, I've done.
Cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
I should probably apologize to him.
Okay.
Oh, we got to see that. Can we see that?
We wave at Atlas.
He waves back.
Just
And then he
ready to go over.
takes a few steps and then takes a running jump. Crashes on the roof of the school.
Is there like
It's-
a crack?
Probably.
If any school.
Big boy.
Yeah.
But this is a school which would have reinforced roofs. Come on.
Yeah.
Like there's a crack from where he from the other building where
Yeah.
where he was sitting, but
Yeah, I'm sure it must have some sort of preparation for like supervillain attack. Some reinforcement.
girl talk bone.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I thought, I thought you handled that really well,
I don't know what.
the whole, like I didn't get offered I mean, you and Viridian, you actually got offered, really important, life-changing things, and I didn't have that on me, and that made it a lot easier for me to say no. But
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Well,
I don't know if I had something that important offered, I don't know if I would have been able to turn that down.
well, maybe we'll still find out that they're on the level.
Yeah, maybe. But,
No, I guess it's probably not likely.
Well, if there is an explanation, hopefully we'll find it.
Yeah.
And I have something to tell you, Atlas.
do you know what? I gotta go and I just walk away.
Oh. Okay. Sure. Whatever. What is it?
So, you asked me a bit earlier if I could put my wings away and just walk around without them like a normal person, right?
Yeah.
That's true. You're right.
That must be nice.
It is nice, honestly. There are a lot of things about this that are scary, and just like you, I want to keep my family safe. But
Well,
unlike you,
everything you can to do that.
I couldn't hear you very well, Jan. I'm sorry.
I'm sure you're doing everything you can to do that, to keep the family safe.
I am. But I have the choice to do it this way, and you don't.
Well, I mean, I could put on a mask, but
It wouldn't do much, would it?
nah.
No. But I do, and it does help. But Viridian knows who I am, and Armature just figured it out.
Oh, okay. I mean,
So I think it's just super unfair to leave you out.
Well, I mean, you, you don't need to tell me.
But you want to know. You've asked me before. Did you change your mind?
Well, I just, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to get to know you better.
I'm glad we've had a chance to get to know each other better. Because I really respect you, and I really like how, even after everything that's happened to you, you still really want to make the best of it and help other people and prove that, you're more than whatever these people who did this to your body think about you.
Well, it wasn't all bad.
No?
Well, my body wasn't all that great before.
Sure, sure.
I mean, this
Well,
is not what I was expecting, but I can walk.
I hope that we get a crack at whoever did this, because they helped you, but they also lied to you, and they also tried to trap you, and
Yeah, they did.
that's not right, and it's not worth what they did.
Yeah. But really, I mean, you don't need to tell me if you don't want to. I guess I respect your privacy.
If I told you, would you be able to keep the secret?
Promise.
Okay. Marcus, I'm Ashley.
Huh. Huh. And there's like,
Is there like a light bulb sort of moment?
it's like, I was just talking to Ashley and she told me. Yeah. Yeah. So there's like fireworks going off in his head, like, oh my god. Okay. Wow. Um, I guess that explains why yeah, you and Ashley disappeared yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, Safia teleported us into a sewer, and I did drop my phone in the sewer water.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was you and not you. Or
right.
well, I mean, sorry. I,
So what happens is when I'm Ashley, my wings are basically tucked inside of my soul.
in your soul.
Yes.
Is it because of something that someone did to you?
No. No. I'm a half angel, so my dad is an angel and my mom is Lydia Banner. And
So when you say that you're doing this to protect people, is it for your mom or for your dad?
it's a super good question. I don't know how my identity could hurt my dad, but I should probably keep it in mind. But no, I mean, my mom is awesome and supportive and doesn't 100% love that I do this, but also 100% loves it because, you know, I'm putting myself at risk. And as my mom, she hates that, but I'm helping other people. And
My parents are also pretty protective,
yeah,
even though I'm now like twice their size.
I mean, they're your parents. They can't help it.
Mm.
But I have so many reasons that I just don't share this with everyone. And the ones that matter most are my mom and, you know, 50-50 if another hero or, fuck's sake, a villain figures out who I am. Like, they kind of understand that it's a rules of engagement thing, I hope, and then they don't go after my family. But
Yeah.
100% of the time, if my identity gets out and some crazy fundamentalist who thinks I'm threatening their faith gets a hold of it, straight up, they'll go to my house.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of the religious aspects. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, plus, if our band makes it big, I want to be famous for that and, like,
Well,
whatever for this
you're
separately.
already in a band with Floridian though, and that's
It could be a problem, but I don't know. I like playing with Freudian.
yeah. Well, thanks for telling me.
Yeah, of course.
I promise I won't tell you.
Okay, thank you. And
Cool.
I really mean it. Let me know if I can help you and your living situation.
Yeah.
My mom's a realtor.
I also really mean it if I say if there's anything I can do to help you, I'll be there.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that was sweet. Mentioned this in his chat and Jen saw it, but just so we talk rules, you've revealed your identity to two different people who didn't know before. So that's two potential that you get to mark. And that is amazing. I think that is the scene we should end this session on. Hopefully there's no opposition to that. And so let's run through our end of session stuff at the end of every session. Oh, I'm sorry.
Unless, like, I'm not sure if Seraph had any conditions.
Oh,
Maybe we could.
I still have afraid a little bit.
Yeah, like.
And by a little bit, I mean I have afraid because it's on and off.
Could we try to shoot
comfort and support?
Morning comfort or sports?
Roll it.
Alright. Comfort or sports?
Mundane.
Well, luckily that was just raised, so.
I think he's already kind of said the words for it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you definitely met that, and I should have called it out. I'm glad you asked. That is a 5 plus
Oh.
3. Oh.
Still good though, actually.
Yeah, actually, comfort and support.
Actually, +1 for having
Influence?
influence, and +1 for her being my love. So
Cool. So you can add team pool or clear a condition yourself.
I don't have any conditions, so I'll add a team pool.
All right.
And now I know that Atlas has my back, and it feels really good.
Nice.
Who could be scared?
Who could be? Thank you for hitting that. That was fantastic.
And when you mark potential on a hit, so I mark potential because I'm being a friend. And well, there was no. If I get supported by one of my either my rival or my love, I also they might mark potential. Oh no, wait. I mark potential? I don't know.
By the way, who is your current rival?
Viridian. Because, you know, he slammed me into the floor and then teleported me to a mall.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's still in the doghouse. He's got to make up for it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got potential for that.
Awesome.
Nice.
Good. So let's run through our end of session. At the end of every session, choose one. Grow closer to the team. Grow into your own image of yourself or grow away from the team. We will start with Seraph.
Feel like I'm closer to the team, y'all.
I think so. If you went grow away from the team after revealing yourself to fully 66% of the team that didn't, 100% that didn't know, but 66% of the team that isn't you, that would be a problem. Awesome. So when you grow closer to the team, explain who made you feel welcome.
I mean, it's probably Atlas.
Makes sense. Give influence to that character, which Atlas should already have influence over you, I think.
Yes.
So that means you can shift her labels one up and one down. And then, Seraph, you get to clear a condition or mark potential.
Cool. I will mark potential because I'm clear of all conditions.
Good.
I'm going to lower your mundane by 1 and up your freak by 1.
Okie doke.
Thank you. And Atlas, did you grow closer, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I'm very much closer.
Who made you feel welcome?
Seraph. I mean, initially it was like Seraph or Ashley, and now it's like, oh, it's. I felt
Now they're
like
the same person.
I mean, Atlas wasn't there for that, of course, but Seraph standing up for Atlas.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't treat him like a idiot. Like that was like, yep, there it goes. There. So yes.
Okay.
I honestly think that Armature is gunning to be your rival.
Oh, he was, and then, you know.
And then Viridian earned it. Yeah, I know. So Seraph already had influence, if I remember correctly, so you get to shift the label up or down. And we already know you don't have a condition, Atlas, so you mark a potential.
Yep.
Sweet. I'm gonna move your freak down and your savior up.
Alright. Just fitting. Yeah. Thank you.
And last but not least, Armature, did you grow closer, grow into your own image, or grow away?
Closer, and I'm not sure if it's made feel welcome, but being called on my shit by Seraph.
I could see that as a welcome, but that's pretty.
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, I think it kind of was. Yeah, it was taken with love, the being called on it. So,
Cool.
so yeah, influence to Seraph.
All right.
And
Did I already have it? I did.
yeah, and I'm going to mark potential because I think I'm still a bit guilty.
Oh man, you're gonna carry that guilt. What are you, Baptist?
Whew. All right. Pardon me.
You know, it messes with my assessing of a situation.
Hmm. I'm actually going to nudge your freak down and your mundane up.
And I do have my end of session move as well.
That's right.
Did I take steps to make amends for my shame? I think I know the answer.
What would you think the answer is?
I would say no.
Yeah, I think so.
In the
I
previous
think no.
session you did well, but
Yeah.
You ignored your child.
Yes. I am a bad mother. So if the answer is no, I give influence to one of my teammates. Well, I've already done that to Seraph, so
Give it an outlet.
well, I think mixing in my guilt of that with my guilt towards Atlas for being a bit mean / very mean, I'll let him have influence over me. I guess he's already got influence, so you get to mess with my labels. I think. You're muted, by the way, Young.
I'm thinking. I'm going to move your danger up. And your mundane down.
Ah. Nice. Cool.
All right.
Very cool.
That wraps up all of our stuff. Let's quickly go through Roses and Thorns. We'll make this a quick and abbreviated feedback session, and when you guys can go, because I have to go have an early supper, so we'll need to keep this one like brief, sentence or two. We'll start with Thorns, critiques, feedback on things you'd like to see more of, a little disappointed by, or areas where maybe rules weren't as applied as in the way that you felt comfortable with. We'll start with Alex.
We lost Paul.
Oh, you took the easy one.
Yeah. And I felt like a little bit like some of the middle part dragged a bit. Like before, like I really like all the stuff at the end was just golden, and then it took a little while to get to that stuff.
Yeah, I think the Crusaders Tower ran a little long. I probably could have trimmed that up a little bit better. I really wanted a Mambo Viridian. I really wanted an Avian, and Ashley, and then some of the middle stuff I probably could have.
Yeah, it wasn't
trimmed really
unenjoyable. Just
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. It was ran a little long. Thank you. And so next, Jan, what thorns did you have?
I mean, it's tough. There's not a lot, but I guess there was not all that much of system going on. But that's. I'm just going to look back on that on my roses as well. So.
Yep, I agree.
Spirit of Jules lives on.
Good, thank you very much. And Jen.
I kind of thought that going into Mambo's lab, there would be a bit more supernatural pinging going on.
Yep. Yep. That was kind of the plan, but then I fell into the whole avian reveal stuff, and that took
Which was-
my entire focus. So
Yeah. Which was still super interesting. So yeah.
no, I get you. I'm not defending it. I was kind of explaining my mindset of like, yes, that's a thing I probably should have done, but I got distracted myself.
Oh yeah. No, that's fine. But yeah, I think that's really it.
Okay. Well, we do this in snake order, so you get to take the first rose
Oh man.
and hand it out.
One, I was happy to actually use my mundane civilian conniving move. That was fun.
Thank you for keeping an eye out for that and calling it, because that was perfect timing for it.
Yeah. Also, I'm pleased that Armature confronted me about my identity. That was great. That led to 2 really good Chewy scenes, and that was fun. Lots of good character stuff this session.
I agree. Jan, what roses did you have?
Well, despite the fact that there was not a lot of moves being rolled, there was a lot of non-rolling moves happening. A lot of team moves. A lot of vulnerabilities and weakness shared. Lots of good interactions between characters. Lots of intimate moments. So awesome.
Cool. Thank you, Jan. And Alex, what about you? What roses did you have?
To continue on to that, they kind of being told how the world works, the influence moves. I thought that was a really good job of that.
Thank you.
And generally through these, we didn't really, like our last campaign of Masks, we didn't really use that much that move. So I really like being, having the adults forcing their views and on us.
It really helps I muted myself accidentally. It really helps, I think, a lot of the reflection of being a young hero for you guys to push against that. And I actually found it to be super interesting in Protean City, which is an AP podcast of Masks. I listened to how the main GM uses it, and I was like, yep, that's the thing I need to be doing.
And just all the little character conversations, the reveal of Seraph and her, calling me on my shit. I love that. It really helped reinforce that kind of idea of, being too smart for my own good, and it kind of blinding me, which I really liked.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah,
that was really perfect.
And it made me really feel really bad for Atlas. But I'm sure it'll do something. It'll help me try and capture my spot as rival.
Also, additional rows for you, Jan, like Seraph revealing her secret identity to Atlas was so sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. That was pretty great. Well, good session, everybody. I had a good time, and I look forward to next week when we will continue exploring Halcyon City with the as yet unnamed guardians of some 2 weeks. Did you say 2 weeks? Wait, what?
We'll have 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, good. I was like, no.
No, that's me being happy.
Okay, good. Awesome. Cool. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in a week.
All right, see you then.